She was a Texas cop who followed every rule, until a dying prisoner's final request forced her to break them all. What she discovered after granting that wish shattered her faith, her career, and everything she thought justice stood for. Welcome to our channel, where every story reminds us that one act of compassion can rewrite destiny. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because today's story will leave you speechless. When Officer Clara Reyes reported her captain for falsifying evidence, she didn't expect to be punished for doing the right thing. But in law enforcement, truth is dangerous. Her transfer letter came quietly, stamped and sealed, reassigning her to West Ridge Maximum Security Prison in rural Texas. The day she arrived, heat shimmered off the fences like fire. Every clang of the gate sounded like judgment. Reyes, the guard at the tower, called out, "New fish in the tank." She ignored the sarcasm. She wasn't here to make friends. She was here to serve out her time until transfer, then disappear. That was before she met Eli Turner. Unlike the others, he didn't curse or shout. He spent his days reading legal texts, writing letters he never sent, and whispering prayers no one believed in. The other officers mocked him. "Guy still swears is innocent," one snorted. "Ain't no innocent man doing life for killing his wife." But Clara saw something different, pain that wasn't angry, only unfinished. Weeks passed. The prison air was thick with sweat, lies, and the metallic scent of fear. One afternoon, Clara heard shouting from the block. When she got there, she saw Officer Briggs, one of the guards, shoving Eli against the wall. "Told you, no personal items." Briggs yelled, ripping a worn photo from Eli's hands. The photo fluttered to the floor, a little girl with bright eyes and curls like spun sunlight. Without thinking, Clara stepped between them. "That's enough, Briggs," she barked. "He's unarmed." Briggs spat on the ground and stormed off. Eli picked up the photo carefully, voice trembling. "She was my daughter. Lila. Died at 8. Clara froze. She had a daughter once, or almost did. The memory stung. Later that night, while checking records, she noticed Eli's case file was off. Missing witness statements, wrong timestamps, and one name kept repeating, Captain Ray Dorsey, her old supervisor. Something inside her shifted. The following week, Eli collapsed during yard time. The prison doctor confirmed it. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Weeks left at most. That night, Clara found him sitting alone in the infirmary, looking out through the bars. "You ever made a promise you couldn't keep, Officer Reyes?" he asked softly. "Plenty," she said. "Before my daughter died, I promised her I'd plant her favorite tree, a magnolia, in the park behind our home. The night I tried, the police showed up. Dorsey led the raid." He paused, eyes wet. "I know I'm not getting out. But if someone could plant that tree and deliver this letter to my wife's sister, maybe my little girl can finally rest." He slid the envelope toward her. Her training screamed no. Her conscience whispered yes. By morning, she'd made her choice. Clara drove 4 hours to Marlin, Texas, the town where Eli once lived. She parked by a quiet park, dug into the soil with her bare hands, and planted a young magnolia sapling. Then she drove to a small brick house and knocked on the door. A tired woman answered, Ruth, Eli's late wife's sister. When Clara handed her the envelope, Ruth's hands trembled. She opened it slowly and gasped. Inside were court transcripts, a confession, and photos showing Dorsey with the real suspect, a known smuggler who disappeared weeks after Eli's conviction. Ruth fell to her knees. He didn't kill her, he found her dead. Dorsey told him to confess, said it'd save his daughter's life. But Lila died in foster care that same night. Clara's heart sank. She realized the truth. Eli had been framed to protect her corrupt superior. That night, Clara returned to the prison with one mission: expose the truth. She snuck into the record archive and found hidden files, dozens of them, each marked classified. All tied to Captain Dorsey and Warden Holt. Suddenly, the warden's voice echoed behind her. "You think you're saving a convict, Reyes? You're ending your career." Clara turned on her body cam. "Maybe," she said, "but at least I'll walk out of here clean." She leaked everything to an investigative reporter before she could be stopped. Eli passed away 2 days later, before his name could be cleared. When Clara visited his cell, she found his photo of Lila taped to the wall, a magnolia petal pressed beneath it. "She's got her tree now," she whispered. "And the truth's coming out." A month later, news broke. Texas cop fulfills dying prisoner's wish, exposes major police cover-up. Dorsey and Holt were arrested. At the park, Clara stood beneath the magnolia tree she planted. Its blossoms swayed gently, white against the Texas sun. Pinned to the trunk was a small plaque that read, "For Lila, and the father who kept his promise." Clara saluted quietly, tears in her eyes. For the first time in years, she didn't feel like she'd broken the law. She'd honored it, the way it was meant to be. Sometimes justice doesn't come from the badge we wear, but from the heart we follow. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because here, we believe one act of compassion can still change the world.